Right, so Seb is here. I've had a few requests from this one. So Sebastian owns Fx Cartel. Thank you very much for your time, mate.
No problem. Yeah.
So this is the absolute master of trading. He's going to be called that if he likes it or not. So a lot of people, I think, mate, start trading because they think it's going to be a get-rich-quick scheme, and hopefully we're going to kind of put them right. So what advice would you give to anyone who wants to start trading, first of all?
So proper advice, don't.
Oh, really?
Don't get started. I think most people that get started in trading, they do it on the back of, like you said, wrong illusion about what they're gonna get from it. I mean, trading is brilliant to get you to develop many skills amongst entrepreneurship, hard work, and things like this. If you know what you are getting into, it's brilliant. But if you don't, then people aren't ready for this shit.
So out of how many people, let's say 1,000 people start trading, how many people might actually be successful, do you think?
I think the last statistics I've read, or like not necessarily true statistics, but they're in the ballpark of 1 to 2%. So like maybe 10, 20 out of 1,000 will make some money out of it. That's the thing, make some money out of it. Yeah. That doesn't necessarily make good money.
So it could be.
So probably out of them, you get 10, 20% only that will make a good money out of it, which is more than the minimum wage.
Wow.
That's a scary statistic. So this is a good reminder that it's the hardest way to make easy money.
Yes, so you have to be ridiculously good, really, to be fair, don't you?
Not necessarily, like, not good in the term of like, you have to have 10 years of experience. Good in the fact that you got to have a plan, which most like anything, you know, people go to the gym without the plan, thinking like after 6 months of doing whatever the fuck they do, they're gonna get in shape. It's not the case. You have to have a long-term, mid-term and long-term plan. Yeah. So you need to have a proper plan, and you need to build up the discipline to stick to it. Again, same as training, really. That's why I love the gym. That's why I love everything that's related to trading, because that's the discipline. That's my lifestyle, you know, being disciplined and consistent in what you do. Whatever you do, I think you can succeed in most aspect of your life if you have that discipline, and trading is no different. But I think trading, if you don't get the discipline, I think the slap is harder than anything else.
Well, it's a financial one, isn't it? It's a
financial one, but also a mental one.
Yeah.
You know, the financial one can be the lesser one out of the two. The mental ones often can be the stronger, like harsh outcome out of it. Like making you look like a failure, basically, when you're not, you know. Yeah. You can lose, like, a couple hundreds, couple thousand, but you could lose like 50 quid, 100 quid, but feel miserable. And because you feel miserable, that state of mind just follow you around, you carry it around in other aspects of your life, and people start feeling miserable because they can't make it work.
I'm assuming you've seen that a lot then. I'm assuming you've seen people come and go, and it will almost cripple them for a bit. So they've come,
of course,
I'm going to be a great trader, they've failed, and then they're just miserable for...
Well, people aren't ready for failure, that's what I think. So trading is like entrepreneurship. You have it or you don't. And if you don't have it, you're unlikely to succeed. So you got to, when you start, you got to have this like initial interest in being an entrepreneur. So if you've got this person with the employee's mentality, you're gonna have a hard time. And if you have this mentality, if you're right now you're in a job and that's all you know, and you've never experienced anything out there, you never took a risk like we do on the daily basis out there, the minute you get that small feeling of failure, I bet you're going to have some rough moment.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So what would you say, because you've seen so many people, I mean, you're obviously amazing at actually teaching trading, right? The best of the best. What would you say, what characteristics do you look for someone? So let's say 10 people start, and one you see, you go, this person's going to make it. What is that characteristic, do you think? Do you think just being a general all-round entrepreneur, or do you think...
It's an interesting question, to be fair.
I'm sure you see it. You see a glimpse.
No. I know what you're saying, and I do have that. How do you put it into words? What I'm seeing, what I'm looking at.
It's like a gut instinct.
Almost. I think there's. You need to be maybe curious, first of all. When some people come for training, you know, the quiet one that stays around in his corner, they don't really dare to ask question, rarely makes it.
Okay.
He rarely
So you
makes
need
it.
to be intrigued.
You need to
be
want.
buzzing.
You need to want to learn. You need to seek out there. I keep saying that these guys, when they come for when I've got some training, because I rarely do a training these days, but when I do have one, I said, you guys are fucking paying me to get answer. Ask the fucking question. Ask the question. You're paying to get the question.
Yes.
So if you're scared by me to ask a question, the market is just gonna eat you alive. And maybe
you need to be like ruthless almost.
I need to sense that curiosity, but with a bit more than just curiosity, a bit more bold, you know. I'm here to have answers. I'm gonna get answers. Yes, that's the right attitude, you know. You have to have this determination. Maybe determination is what I'm looking for. You can see it.
You see it every now
you can
and
feel
again,
it,
like,
yeah.
So have you had anyone come and make an absolutely outstanding trader, that has just absolutely flown, or not necessarily? Have you had quite a few like super successful people?
So those that have been super successful, I've gone right the fuck back down.
Oh, interesting. Because
Yes.
I was going to say, I've seen, obviously, like me, you have people come in that kind of try steal your idea, go elsewhere with it. And I think that's happened to you a few times, hasn't it?
That's the industry, whole industry.
The industry is like that.
So this industry works in a way that most people don't make money.
Okay.
And now, a question I get to ask a lot is like, if you're making money in this market, why do you bother with all of this? Well, I got successful in this business because I'm a fucking entrepreneur in the first place. So I see a business, I see a business potential, I see people doing this for a living, I see a huge demand for it, and I know I can do miles better than anything on the market.
Yes.
So this is the first reason I'm doing it, because it's a huge business potential, like gyms. Why would you not want to do it if you can? If you know you can deliver and do better, and it's also very rewarding to see that you can pass your knowledge along and people getting to use it and making it work. That's very gratifying. So there's the entrepreneurship and the selfish needs of that gratification when I see it working with somebody else. That's a bit selfish. I like that.
Well, not only that though, it's almost like charitable, because really, for your expertise, it's a bargain.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know
So
what
really,
I mean.
It is almost like,
But
look, I'm not going to.
Truth to be told,
Yeah.
it is also selfish in a way, because that makes me feel better.
Of course,
So,
but you need that.
but it's a good one. I mean, it's a proper good one. I mean, when you're in this business, when you can help people making money and you make money along the way, it's a win-win.
Absolutely, yeah.
So coming back to your question, and say, people doing this, because most people lose money, I think one of the things they see is they see someone like me success on this side of the business, and they think like, well, this is a quick way of recouping my money. And it's all coming from the fact that they've got losses. They think it's an easy way to recoup losses. You know, I'm going to sell shit, I'm going to sell some Doge course, I'm going to sell some signal, some trade. And that's why a lot of people come, take the idea, and they just try to get the money back different ways, basically.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So have you had someone close to you come and kind of do that before? So let's say like set up another FX Cartel elsewhere before, or?
Every year.
Oh really? So you just literally get immune to it and you just brush it off and you're like, yeah, you go for it, pal.
I mean, go for it, you know. I've been in this business long enough to know what it takes to do it successfully, so go for it. I've had it.
Yeah, because obviously to some people like myself, I kind of almost take it personally, a bit like, oh, well,
of course, you take it personally, because of course, yeah, you do, but you know your worth.
Yes.
I know my worth.
I like it.
And I know what it takes to get there, so I'm not afraid.
Love it.
I know you know. I know for my, and the same with you.
Yeah.
I know you don't have my work ethics.
Uh-huh.
First one to be in the room, last one to be in the room.
Get you.
Most people don't have this ethic these days.
Yeah,
That's why we are seeing snowflakes and this growing trend of fucking pussies trying to get the same as we do, but they don't want to put the work.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Someone said the other day, like, oh, my kid wants to be an influencer, and I thought,
what is that? What does that even mean? Being an influencer of what?
What happens to the days of hard work and just crack on?
You can be a hard working influencer, but you have to provide some sort of value, and this is again something the big picture people miss. You can be giving like guidance along the way with trading and various businesses, but it has to have some sort of value. It's not because you think you have a worth that people see that worth. And that's why I'm not afraid, because most people doing, like you, they go out and they try as well to do the same thing. I know that their worth ain't even on the same fucking level as mine.
Yeah.
So I know that people will be the judge of that. And I know where I stand.
Yeah.
And that's why people do this, they leave, and they fucking come back, and they always come back.
Really?
Always come back, always try to crawl back there.
So your advice to these people that do sign up to one of the FX Cartel courses or to the floor or whatever, just stay. Earn money, solidify.
Do you the best you can.
Yeah.
I always say try things out there. Obviously, there's various course and training. Just try things out there. I'd say most things can be learned for free. I've learned everything myself, like for free on the internet. So if I want to encourage somebody to trade, say do that first.
Yeah.
There's everything out there for free. But the amount of work you have to provide to extract the knowledge from out there
is massive.
For free is massive. I'm offering you a shortcut at a cost, obviously, but it's an efficient shortcut, proven and tested.
Get you.
That's where the value is. The value is
tested.
I've done BSc, MSc, PhD. By the way, I've done BSc, MSc, PhD in organic chemistry. I'm an academic, you can say that. And my skill is I know how to learn. I've learned how to learn. So I know how to extract information, how to analyze it, how to summarize it, how to make it efficient. This is why this whole FX Cartel works, because I knew how to get information out there, gather everything, make it a nice package, and then here you go, how to use it.
Yeah, here you go. It's like almost a dummy's guide, because you've done the hard work.
Exactly, you can do it, but maybe it took me a few years, maybe it's going to take you 20. Maybe you can do miles better than me and do it in a few months. So that's why I said, try it, and then if it doesn't work, come on.
Right. I like it, makes sense. So to anyone at home asking questions, one said, how much do you actually need to start trading? Do you need anything? I mean, hopefully enough for the course.
Back in my days, you needed, I would have said, at least 25 grand. So that is what's going to separate all the dreamers from the people with money. Yes. Right now, the game has changed the past 4 or 5 years a lot. We've got what we call prop firm.
Yeah, like FTMO.
FTMO. So basically, you're paying like anything from £100 to £500 for a challenge, what they call a challenge, which is basically showing that you can trade over a period of time, not getting into the detail. But once you pass that challenge and you're successful at it, which most people aren't, because this is again how the game works, the money is made from the loser, like in the market. Anyway, if you can pass this, which, by the way, you have little chance, because that's the statistics saying it. I think 91% fail.
9% literally passed the FTMO.
Exactly,
wow.
But you passed. Then you are allocated with what we call a demo account, so a fake amount of money. Yes. But if you make money from that fake amount of money, you get to keep it. So part of it, 80% of it. So let's say I get 100K, they are fake. If I trade it, I make 10K from it, I get to keep 8K.
Okay,
so you pay a challenge, so £500 for that. £500, you pass it, you get this. If you make it work, then you can start making money. The thing is, the trick is, the challenge blows most people out.
Okay, which is good. Good, because
for them it's good. Yeah, it means that people are paying challenges and they don't have to pay them. So it means they are making money this way. Those that goes into the next stage and that what we call funded, they now have the pressure of having successfully passed the challenge. So now in a different state of mind. And this challenge has been designed, I'm sure, with psychology to just fuck it up. Because once you've passed it, you don't want to lose it. So what do? You're self-preserving it. You're self-sabotaging yourself because you don't want to take the risk anymore.
Okay, right.
So which is, instead of going for
the trades you would have done.
You just over-secure and you fuck it up. So from the 91% failing, you go on the 9%. From those 9%, there's another 90% that will lose this account.
Wow. So literally there's only going to be one out of God knows how many left.
So those guys that do actually make it, and we've got a fair few on the floor, they are making money from those that failing either the challenge or to make money from the funded account.
So would you say it's easier now to do it or harder with a small amount of money, for example? You know,
I think there's never
Small
easier.
way.
There's never easier or harder.
It's
I think
hard
it's
no
just
matter
you adapt or you don't.
it's
That's
hard
the
no
way.
matter what.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Everything's hard. Everything worth it is hard.
Okay.
So I think it makes it more accessible, not
Yes.
easier or harder,
Yes.
more accessible to trade to make something decent.
Get you.
Right now, back in the days, £500, you would have to be over-aggressive, taking stupid risk,
trades, yeah.
and therefore high chance of losing the account. Right now, you can be a lot more on the
On the fence.
cautious side
Yeah.
to start making it, but then you need to have the mindset that goes with it. People want to be cautious, but they want big reward.
they
Doesn't
want
fucking
something
work.
today,
Doesn't fucking
don't
work.
they? Yeah,
You know.
absolutely. You need to
And I
be
keep
patient.
saying this is not me being mean, but I keep saying to these guys, if you have to struggle that much, if you go through all this and the ball like it is and the mind fuckery through the stages and all the trading, the various bits ups and down, to just make minimum wage, you might as well fucking give up and go to McDonald's. Why would you hurt yourself mentally
Yeah.
to earn something that little?
Mm-hmm.
And for those that want to get into trading, once you start, because it's going to take a lot of time before actually calling yourself a trader and
Would
start
you say
making money.
10 years? 5 years?
No, I wouldn't say that much. I think in a couple of years you can be
Half decent.
half decent trader making a decent living. So decent living, some of these guys are making anything from 5 to 20 a month. That's for me a decent living.
Yeah, 20 grand a month is pretty good, eh?
But if you're doing all of this and you get all the stress to just make it 1K, 2K a month, I don't think it's
Forget
worth
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth
And
it.
do
Would
you-
you get into a business that
you
will
wouldn't
make
have
20K a year?
Yeah,
Nah, fuck that.
No, that makes sense. So talking about money side of things, someone asked, what is the biggest loss in a trade? And can you remember?
The biggest loss, I think it was around 76K.
Okay.
And that was, no, not even. That was just me holding on to a trade that I should have cut a long time ago, and I
Okay.
hoped,
It would pull itself out.
and it's a funny one because the minute I took the loss, guess what? The next day it fucking reversed, and I would have made my money back.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm glad it happened this way because if I had made that money back, I would have genuinely thought that I could get away every single time by just holding on to it.
So it was an important lesson.
I think it was an important one to get at some point. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a
Early
big
on.
loss, that, eh? 70
It's-
odd, yeah?
it's-
So
I'm sick when I'm losing 1K. So
and
yeah.
that's it. This is
Yeah.
what I mean, because obviously you're the best at what you do. So, you know,
I wish.
You are obviously. So I just want to kind of tell everybody out there that even the best can fuck up every now and again. Do you know
Oh
what
yeah,
I mean?
well,
You're
I've
not
learned how to
bulletproof.
be better by fucking shit up, you know.
That's it. It's all about
Yeah,
compounding mistakes.
The reason I can
happen
help all these guys is because I fucked up a lot.
that many times, yeah.
A lot.
So that's the.
And I know
worst.
where I fucked up. The difference between most people is that when I do fuck up,
You learn.
I learn.
Yes.
Most people will fuck up again and again and again and
Yeah.
again and
Just
again
don't
on the
do it.
same fucking shit, and they're like, oh, trading is a scam. Trading doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're a fucking moron. You keep doing the same fucking stupid shit,
Yeah.
and you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I took a heavy loss holding on to a trade that I shouldn't.
There you go.
Got the lesson, and I'm glad it's this way because otherwise I would have held on to every trade that I would have lost, thinking, yeah, I've got a few 100K, even 400K I can hold in. You know, it's not the whole account yet, but there was one time for sure I would have ended with the whole account gone.
Wow.
How do you recover from that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Mentally,
well, yeah,
mentally,
yeah.
it's
And
fucking
this is
hard.
why you are obviously so mentally strong, because of the amount of fuck-ups, as you say, it takes.
Well, for me, it's very simple. I come from nothing, no wealth, nothing. So everything I've got was a bonus. I wasn't destined to have any of it in life. So I always say to these guys, how you keep on taking risks, and I don't fear coming back where I come from. I've been there before.
Because you're quite...
It wasn't a bad life.
No.
It was a different life. So if tomorrow I lose everything, I would have had an amazing short time where I can call myself rich, and that's it. I don't fear going back to where I was. I wasn't unhappy.
I like
It was just a different life, so I don't fear going back there. And because I don't fear, nothing is holding me back to just push further and push the boundaries.
I could imagine if you lost everything tomorrow, you'd get it back within a certain period of time because
Well,
of your mindset.
Exactly. If I lose money, if I lose all my money today, I know how to make money faster.
Yes.
So I've got trading, I've got businesses,
Yeah.
I've got loads of things I know I can do in a much shorter time frame because I've learned it now.
Yeah, experience, contact.
Exactly,
It's very important, isn't it? So that's your bad trade. What about a good trade? Have you ever had one that you thought, that was an absolute...
No, I think I've had many good one, like...
What is a good trade if someone is in a position like yours? Are you talking £100,000 a trade? Are you talking 20 grand? Just because people are obviously very interested in things like this.
Yeah, 6 figure plus.
6 figures plus. So 100 grand good in a day you could potentially do, couldn't you?
Over the course of a few days, yeah.
A few days, right, okay. So people seeing Instagram scams and all this going, oh, do you want 100 grand this? It's bollocks really, because
of course
one
it's
of
bollocks.
the top traders can do
And
it
you have-
for 3 days.
You have to understand that also it happens maybe twice, 3 times a year.
Exactly. So
you build up to this position by having many small one and you let them grow to be one, and then eventually you can add up on a big one because you've got a safety net of a lot of running profit where you take bigger and bigger risk, and then you can get to have maybe a 6 figure trade in a day. Yeah, why not?
Wow.
But look, do a bit of mathematics here. If you're making 100k every fucking day and you claim that you make 100k every fucking day, the fuck you waiting and doing Instagram ads and shit like this?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
If I'm making millions and millions from trading, this place doesn't exist.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my goal with this place is eventually to grow it so big so that I don't have to trade anymore and not take risk. If I don't take risk and make the same amount of money by doing the business, why would you not?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Makes my life better.
Well, it's
and
less
easier.
volatile for one, isn't
Exactly,
it? You know what I mean?
exactly.
You don't have to worry if that trade's going to succeed, it's going to fail.
Exactly.
And,
I mean, less management, less time on the screen.
That's it.
Makes my life easier.
Too
At the minute, it's not the case, but I'm hopeful that eventually we grow big enough that I can really take a step back from trading myself and fully focus on the business. And actually, it's better for these guys, and it will be better for me because there's no risk involved anymore.
Makes sense.
You know, financial risk is never nice.
Yeah,
you
no,
know, the feeling of having your money at stake.
Yeah.
I've had a fair few massive loss in properties, and they've not been nice. No.
Oh, really? Is that from selling a property, from buying high and selling low?
No, it's just from buying off plan. You know, the year 2016, I've made quite a lot of money trading. And you know the feeling when you're invincible, everything you touch works. So I bought a shitload of off plan, left, right, center, and they all turned out to be scam.
Oh wow, really? So they were never built?
They were built. They were halfway built.
Cool,
so
cool.
I've seen them, I've touched them. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's fine. I'm just buying there.
Right.
And they just fucking liquidated the company, like almost 90% finished. Sold it this way, got rid of the shareholders, and then like a sister company bought it back and got rid of the...
Wow, so you didn't actually own that plot of land? So you couldn't just
So
take
I-
a 90% house that was nearly finished and actually just finish it?
I've bought flats. They were all flats. So Liverpool, you know, the big, I don't know if you've heard the big scandal in Liverpool, the new Chinatown, loads of buildings. So I've bought loads of flats for the student accommodation for the next year. Kiel University, a lot of it, all the same year. God knows why.
So you can't even have them, they've just gone?
They just fucked me. The guy ran, the guy that did the whole con ran away with 366 mil.
Wow, so even at your level, with your ridiculously intellectual mind, even you get shafted, which is crazy.
Even I get greedy.
Yeah, well, so do you think
I thought I could... Yeah, I was greedy.
Oh, really?
You know, I was offered 9% return a year on student accommodation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well.
So instead of actually, because now if someone was to give you the same, you would take that lesson, use it and go, actually, I'm going to do my research here, see if it's Loctite before I go in.
Well, actually, the way I see it now is like 9% a year. I do 50 to 100+%
So
trading,
property.
so fuck 9%.
See you later.
Yeah,
get you.
fuck
Makes
that, you
sense.
know. I was just being greedy and being like, yeah, that's going to be...
Maybe you just tried to spin too many plates and didn't actually think about it, because like you say there...
Yeah, well, everything's different, you know. You can't be like involved in all the different game thinking like you're going to be a master at it. So it's a valuable lesson.
Well, I think you like to be good at certain things because you enjoy progression.
Yeah, of course,
You know what I mean? So you golf and piano and all the rest of it. So is that what you think kind of sets you apart from others? Because instead of half-arsing something, you always go balls deep. Do you know what I mean? Do you think that's why you excel in it, or do you think it's your...
Of course.
Yeah. Is that
By the time,
the mindset?
look, we take the piano.
Yeah.
By the time you took two, 3 piano lessons, I've done 100.
Yeah, of course, makes sense.
So there's no miracle. At the end of the 6 months period,
Pure
you
hard
barely started. I'm already mastering the skill.
Yeah.
That's
So
the
it's
difference.
Just pure work drive.
Yeah,
then?
yeah, work ethics.
This is it.
You
So,
know, it's
and
work
this is
ethics.
this is definitely why I want to speak to you about this, right? So I've known you a while now, and I just want to kind of put the record straight, because everyone just goes, these guys are going into it because, you know, it's almost like picturing it like it's lazy. You are definitely not lazy, and the amount of thousands of hours that must have gone into screen time and charting up and stuff for people to come and take the piss and earn money scamming people, it's just crazy, man.
Of course, yeah.
Unless you've got a screw loose, do not trade. 'Cause you have
Absolutely
to be
not.
fucking-
The first 6 months of this journey, I must have spent 10 to 12 hours every single day on the screen, just watching, taking notes, and developing a plan, and,
So
and just trying to form a strategy together.
Yeah.
People think they can just put 2 indicators on the screen, they've got a working strategy. Fuck that. Ain't gonna work, or ain't gonna last. I've been trying to build something that works and lasts, and it's been proven. You know, we've been doing that for 6-7 years. Hundreds of people have used the strategy and made it work. It fucking works, but it was hard work, and I'm still evolving. You know, I'm still adding, I'm still refining.
Yeah. Well, you're here.
Complacency
You know?
is what kills most as well. Don't get complacent. If you get
Never
complacent,
stay at the same level.
no, just try to push. The minute you think you're comfortable is the minute you start dying. And then somebody else, another motherfucker out there, is going to have the same work ethics, but won't get complacent. And he'll take you over.
Yeah, and then it hits your pride and
Yeah.
downward spiral. Someone's asked if you have a bucket list. I'm assuming this is like an absolute fan of yours or something. Do you actually have a bucket list of things that you still need to do in your life or not?
Actually, I would have to have a sit down properly just to see what I really want to do next. I wanted to race. I started racing last year. I've done racing. I wanted to win a race. I won my first race.
Amazing.
So I've done 2 at once. I always wanted to play piano. So this year I said, fuck it, I'm going to start learning piano, and I'm getting well there. Silly things, but I enjoy, like you said, I enjoy the learning. You know, everything is boring. If you give it to me, if you could buy your way into a body, you'd never appreciate it. It's all the hard work to build it that makes you appreciate it. So
yeah, I like it.
I like to provide the work and the sweat just to get somewhere.
Enjoy the hard work.
Of course, I enjoy the process. Yes. I'm really enjoying the process to get there now.
I love it.
So, bucket list.
Well, I mean, you're already on with it. It's clear to me that you definitely look after yourself better mentally than I do anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, because you're already doing these things, you're already kind of doing things that will force you to switch off to some degree. Even though I know if you're going to be playing golf or piano or whatever, your phone's still probably blowing off, or these lot, if they're golfing with you, are probably asking you questions about trading. So I don't think you'll ever completely switch off because you're such an extreme person, but at least you're doing things that make you happy, so it all seems worth it.
You try to balance it.
Yeah,
but
which is
but most people don't understand what it takes to really be successful. You can't be having a balanced life.
No,
Fuck that. So let's kill this idea of you have to have a balanced life. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it,
I
but you have to be
more.
so fucking unbalanced and extreme in everything you do to make it work.
You have to have a screw loose,
Yeah,
don't you?
of
To be
course.
successful in anything,
it's
you have to
nice.
have a screw loose.
What would you want to have like hundreds of people relying on you, being down for example financially? You know, I tell everybody to take a trade and it doesn't work out. Now I go to sleep knowing that hundreds are in losses.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you carry on doing this day after day after day after day?
If you didn't have a screw loose.
Yeah. And all the stress with other business. I'm running many other businesses on the side. You know, I've got go-kart track, I've got a gun range, got crazy golf, online businesses.
Yeah.
I'm doing loads, and that takes a lot of time. I think it's cliche, but the main thing for me to get this possible is to have the right partner, and I've got the right partner. I mean, without her, I wouldn't. Yeah, she makes sure that when I get back home, none of this shit affects me. So I don't have to worry about anything else other than what I'm focusing on, and that is a huge boost in an entrepreneur's life. Not having to worry about the little things around you.
So go on. For example, you go home. You know full well there'll be no drama at home because she's got that locked out.
Exactly. No drama. She's going to be very supportive of every business decision I've made. She's helping me a lot in the businesses. She's going to be supportive of everything I do. Only thing she asks in return is just to spend a little time I have with her, and that's about it.
And actually be present.
And which makes me enjoy the time we've got together, because it's not time we're going to have to argue. It's not time we're going to be like, oh, this doesn't... It's quality time. So I know that whenever we spend time, it's quality time, and then I can get to focus on my businesses.
You do say that behind every successful
of course,
man,
yeah.
It's
I believe
true.
that, yeah.
Absolutely true, yeah. I mean, she's always at your side whenever there's, promotional activities, whatever.
She, when we got, because it's been 17 years now together,
wow.
I said, I'm going to have to do my PhD abroad. She was very supportive. She came along. She left her family. So we're trying to build us a good future, so that once it's all, to the level we are happy with, we can just enjoy life. So it's delaying a small reward for a greater one later on. We could treat ourselves now and just be like, yeah, we have a happy life, but we're just going to build it to the standard we want, so that we can enjoy the rest of our days without a single worry in the world.
Do you think you will ever actually be able to just stop? Do you know,
No, but I think, like I said, I enjoy the learning, so
you think you'll do
I'll be focusing on learning things that aren't necessarily money related now.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Learning
once you earn your money, go on to things.
Exactly, and then racing is not making me money.
No,
racing is fucking costing me a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying it, so things like this will be becoming more and more important in my life now.
On to the fun stuff then. Last bit, cars. Obviously, we share the love of cars. How many cars have you got at the moment? Because loads of people are asking about your cars.
I wouldn't even know. I'd have to count them all.
Over 10?
Yeah, over 10,
okay,
yeah.
All right. Has there been an absolute favourite that you might have potentially sold, had, gutted that you'd sold? I know that you had
I loved the McLaren 600 LT, and I sold it.
The blue one?
Yeah, the blue one.
Oh, really?
I sold that one because I wasn't using it anymore.
Okay.
And
regret it?
a couple of months later, I was like, fuck.
Oh, really? Was that the
buy
one?
it. Yeah, it was really a good one.
I quite like the Enlargo. Do you know the...
yes, that was that's the car that made me a bit more famous on social media.
I remember
it was
that
a savage one.
The sound of that, absolutely phenomenal.
Sound of that V12.
What is the one that you tend to jump in most often nowadays that kind of puts a bit of a smile on your face? Because obviously, I'm assuming if you're going around tracks in cars absolutely flying, your daily just seems a bit boring.
I'm getting older.
Yeah,
I'm getting more toward comfortable.
Okay,
car.
Really? So 4x4s or something that's just...
But GLEs, the 63 GLEs, all-rounder, fast, nice sound, comfortable, big space. It's a good one, all good all-rounder. I used to be like sports cars only. Uncomfortable car, like SV and all. But now, it's a bit more chill. I've got my race car. I've got Fairfield race car.
You've done it all, haven't you?
Yeah, race car and a road car, there's no match. Once you try the race car, you don't go back to a road car. So I'm not buying, not into the hype of, this road car is super fast. Yeah, you take it around the track, it's never going to match a race car, ever.
Absolutely.
So I'm not looking for that anymore in a road car, because I can get it from a race car. So what I'm looking for, road car, is just good looking car, and then just nice all round, just comfortable, not too uncomfortable, I would say.
Yeah.
Rather than comfortable.
Makes sense.
Sounds nice. And brand,
Perfect.
I've got a few brand I like, and that's about it.
Last thing to finish on, right? And I struggle with this a little bit. People will see you, nice cars, all this business, all this success. They will just go, success, look at this, I bet his life's incredible. Do you have time for friends? Would you say you had some really decent friends, or would you say, I don't have time, I've got my partner to
You do have some, you don't have a lot, obviously. Obviously, the higher you go, the amount shrinks.
There you go, yeah.
And the thing is, with real friends, you don't need to see each other every day.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, so real friends is just pick up the phone after a month and just get news, and let's have a meal, and that's about it, It's,
get you. So don't put too much emphasis on making living in their pockets and seeing them all the time.
Yeah, I think people I think people get the idea wrong of like a real friendship. Like we need to be living together, doing everything together. I think you're buying into a fucking dream. That's a
It should
dream.
be an effort, should it? It should just be chilled.
Yeah, it's chill. Yeah, you know, if we don't see each other for a couple of months, no big deal. When we see each other, yeah, we're gonna have a good time. A friend is somebody that you're always gonna have a good time with when you see each other, and you got a lot to talk about. If your friend are boring, or if your friends just like always looking for drama, if you just have to force yourself to see them or to get news.
Look at the phone and think, oh God.
Then.
So, last thing to finish then, what would you say to anybody out there who is wanting to start their own business? Cut the shit, what do you reckon?
Well, stop the fucking pussy complaining bit. It's gonna be tough. It's not gonna work out straight away. You will be hugely disappointed at first, like hugely, because your worth is there and the reality is there. And you need to make the reality accept that your worth is there. And this is often where the match doesn't work. People have high price tag on what they think they're worth, and the reality of the market is there. So until you've built up something strong of value that brings either entertainment or knowledge,
or unique even.
You're gonna have to spend a lot of time to get it to be successful. where you want it to be.
Job, but you're saying do it. It's
just do it. Just fucking do it. You'll never be perfect at first. Just start it.
Just start it.
You know, to kill procrastination, you just have to start.
There you go.
So just get started and don't complain.
So crack on.